Hey, hello guys, this is Mario. Today we are going to create a full stack application using backend as the Django and front end we will use React. Simple React, not much CSS. Actually, I will not write any CSS, and we will use also Django REST framework and CORS in order to give access to have an application and front end and back end separate. Okay, let's start with creating the first one folder. We'll call it is empty. We'll call it to dos, and we'll go to dos. Inside of to dos, let's create our first folder and call it backend. Okay, and we can do backend. Okay, we have it, and let's go and install everything inside our backends. The backend, we will use an virtual environment. I will use a pip environment, and would install everything that we know. Right now I already know that I need Django, Django REST framework, and also I need to install core Django CORS headers. Okay, we install everything. It's installing. Django is already on. It will take a couple of seconds. That is a good thing when you are working with Python. It is very fast. Okay. If you can see, I have a typo here. Django. Django. Okay, perfect. Now I am installing everything. Perfect. Let's see, we have some files. Let's check one. Let's check this one, and here you can see that I have a pipe, Django framework, and course header. Let's go out and let's go back, because I already know that I will have a front end with a, in this case, React. Let's install React because it will take time. npx, okay, create React app front end. It will take a while for this to create. Leave it here. Let's go to our backend. Here we have how we start our virtual environment. Well, in order to start it, we just need to say pipe environment in here. Okay, shell, and it will start our environment. Okay, we have, let's call Django admin and start a project. This project will be config. Start start project config. Okay, we have the projects there. We move it to our config. We have it. Now with manage, this program allows us to work with our framework. How we call it? Python manage and start app. The app that we are creating is to dos. Well, let's just call it to do. We have it. We need to connect all the application to our backend. How we do it? Well, we'll go on, let's say beam, in here we go to the configuration and our settings, and we need to connect our apps. At the very end, I will connect our three-party apps. Three-party apps. How we call our apps? Well, it's not how we want to call it. Is they have their name. One of them is our res framework. Res framework and our course headers. And also we need to connect local apps, and in the local apps we just have our to-dos app. Never forget to add, don't forget to add the commas at the very end. Before the commas we had to add the middleware, course headers, middleware dot course middleware. What we do here? Well, uh, our middleware, we can define it like small programs that they are running between our backend and the internet. Everything is passing between the middlewares in Django, and we have to create a course in order to configure origins and whitelist. This whitelist allows us to tell Django, hey Django, these URL are allowed to work with you, and HTTP to the localhost, and I will allow Django to listen to the port 300. I will explain you right now why. HTTP localhost and the port 8000. The port 3000 is where React listen, and the port 8000 is where Django listen. Okay, we save it. Now we have to, in the configuration, we have to go to the URLs. The URLs, I will create the Django API URLs. We include in the path, we'll call in this path. I will create this URL that it will be API will include. I haven't created yet the to-dos URLs. Well, this we'll create it later. Okay, and always comma. We save it. Everything is connected right now. Let's go and work in our to-dos and models. We have to create our models. Our models are our table, how we want to store this information in our application. We'll go to class and we'll call it to do. We pass model. After here we'll have one title. The to-dos usually you have a title and a description, no more. This will be models dot, let's call it, this is a chart field with a maximum length, max length of 250. Just say I think like it's a standard number. And description, this is all models, and this is a text field. As a standard, we create a string representation of our to do, how we want to see it in our backend. We will see it later how is this working, and self, and we'll just type. Okay, now we need to connect these to-dos to our backend in Django. That's it. cd, we'll go to vim, to do's, admin. Yeah. Let's say from models import, let's import our to do, and we need to register this to do. We'll say admin, into the side we have to register, and register to do. Okay, for commodity right now I will delete the URLs in order to run everything. Let's go to config and URLs here. For now we will just comment it. If not, I will have an error right now. Let's see if everything is working. We are here. Let's Python manage make migration. Okay, the migration are created. Let's add the migration. Let's migrate everything. Everything fine. We also need to create a user, a super user. We just call Python manage create super user. Yeah, call it Mario. My email, if you want to contact me, please write me not anytime. And my password, I will not tell you my password because I am usually using it. Everything is fine. And in order to run our Django, we just say it run server. Everything is okay. Let's see here. Django is working. Localhost 800 admin, our user, perfect. We want to add to-dos. Well, let's say first task. This is a task. Okay, it's working, not a problem, but we don't have anything, right? We want to see this application. We close it. We will create a serializer in order to use our REST framework. From REST framework, import serializers. From models, we need our models, that in this case to do. We'll get a class that it will call to do serializer. Serializers, and we use serializers dot model serializer in order to use the models, because we have a model that is to do and we will serialize it. This serializer is between our database and our framework in order to get the JSON responses. Let's define it like this for now. We create one class that is our class meta. In this class we will use a model, and our model will be to do, and we need fields. Which fields we want to show? By default we have an ID, even if I didn't create it through my models exists. Then we have a title and description. Remember that this description and this name, they have to be the same. Okay, we have it. Okay, it's complete. Now what we need to do? Well, we have to create our views. When to do's views. Okay, don't need this because we were using the general of REST framework. Okay, from REST framework let's import in this case the generics, because we just need a couple of tasks, just see every task, no more. And from serializer we have to import our serializer, import our to-do serializer, and from models we need to import our to-do. We will be working with classes in order to use the views of REST framework. Let's create our first class. Our first class will be to do AP view, and I will pass generics and a list app view. This view will do is show me all the to-dos that I have in my database. And here I just need to pass two arguments. One is a query set. This query set is like our to-do object all. I need the system to get me all the to-dos and save it in the data set. And let's use our serializer class. Which class of serializer that we'll use? We just have one to do serializer, and it's ready our view. Let's create the other view that is to do description. Let's call it like this. What this to do will do, for example, if I want to get every to do by ID, and by generics I can use retrieves app view, and that's it. Query set is the same as to do third object and get all. Here a Django REST framework will do everything for me. Serializer class, it will add to do serializers. Okay, my views are created. I just need to create my URLs that they are not active yet. I need to import I need to from Django URLs import path, and from views I need to import the two views that I have, the all views and to do description. No more. I will in this case we have to create URL patterns, and we create our two patterns. Path, okay, we have the path and an integer because our ID is integrate pk, that is defined, and that information you can find it in the documentation of the REST framework. And here that is the important, this is the description, then to do description as view. Why? Because I am using classes and I create my second path. That my second path is the general path. Here never forget to add the slash, if not it's not going to work. And to do app view as view, we close it, comma, and here something important is in our configuration in the URLs. I need to uncomment it. Let's go out. Okay, let's run this server. Everything is okay. Let's open here. No. Why? Because I have an IP. Okay, description is not valid for mobile to do description. I think here I have my problem is related cd the to do's and cd models bin models. here this, let's see, as usually is the script. Let's just copy here. I think I have misspelled it. Uh, let's see. And let's go to Serializer. Let's add it. Okay, let's go out. Okay, where to do it? Let's go back. Python manage, and this can make migration. Yes, it was a mistake, and migrate. Okay, let's go. Let's run our server. That's it. Okay, our API is working. Let's add another to do description. Perfect. Let's try to see like a JSON, and let's try to access just to the second one. Perfect. I want to try just to the first one. Something that I didn't do, and is very important when we are working, if we want to do this professional, is to write tests. And it's very simple to do it using Django. To do's and being test. We have it. We just have model. Then let's go from models, import to do. Let's create the class. Test models, and here we'll have to pass test case, and we have to import in this class method. We'll have to define, in this case, we have to set up this data. We'll remove this. We already have the to do. Then we say to do dot object dot create, and we know that the title, we can call it first to do, and description is equal to description. Okay, here we created the first element. In our test, Django create a temporary table, and in that temporary table he will add my to do. Now I can define, for example, test title to do. I pass self, I mean the object that I already have it. I will create one that is called to do object, and I need to get the object with the ID 1. Why the object with the ID 1? Because I just have one to do right now, the one that I created in this temporary table. Now I will call expect title to do is what I am expecting here. Simple, in this case Python. I call it from to do Untitled, because I have here an element to do that has a title and a description. Then I call self dot here I have self. 1 second. Here I have to do spec title. Ah, here's a mistake. Definition. Okay. And now I can use assert equals assert equal what? Expect title to do, and it has to be like a first to do. When I waiting, let's create the second one. Let's just copy it. Let's test description to do. We pass self, and this to do it will be same as to do object dot get, and I get the first ID. Spec description to do is equals, and what I have it here in this case will be to do description. And as always, here I call self assert equals spec description to do will be the same as description. Is what I am expecting to get, right? Okay. Let's go back and let's check here and let's run our test. Test. There's a test. Back. Okay, so the to-dos, beam test models, create class. Okay. Okay. No issue, everything's selected. Okay. Well, something I am not writing well over there. Let's see. To-dos. Test. I am creating the test. To do description, to do title, to do object, set up this data, definition, test model, test case, CLS, self, ID, okay. I don't see any problems. So the company okay. Problems, I have written it with uppercase. They don't have to be written with uppercase. Let's go to our React app. In our React, everything is installed, and we go here. We already have front end. See the front end, and we have npm start. Okay, I already have it here, the 300 port 300. Perfect, it's running. We will not work a lot here. We'll just with our bean, we are to the CSS, everything will be in the app. Yes. Okay, I don't need the logo. I will leave uh, the CSS. I don't need the logo. Let's remove some here, some information. I will just make some. I will just import from React. What I will import from React? Well, use a state, because we need to create that state. We make a constant. There will be, for example, let's call it to do's and set to do's, and this is equal to set use a state. And right now I will not have anything. We'll create one cons that will be get all to do's. That will be one ascend, in this case, function. Okay, ascend function. Okay, we have it here. Async function. Okay, we call. Oh, I will create one. I didn't call actions. I will go out first, because if you have never installed action, you can just npm install actions and it will download. If you don't know how to install npm, well, npm has actually Node.js, and I will create one constant called actions that will be include actions default and cons request, it will be the same than await actions get, and what I will going to get here will just this. Right now it's not running, it's not a problem. We have it here. We are calling from actions, and okay, and we'll set to do's, and we'll in this request data. I have one mistake here. Let's go and see the use of the actions. Async away. Async response require. Here is the problem. I just include require to use data and this. Okay, let's see. Away actions cons. Okay, and well, it's everything is perfect here. The only thing that we need to do is to say to do's dot map to do. Okay, we have it here, and our to do will make a div with a key, that this key in this case will be to do dot id. Let's close this div, and we need to add one h1 just because it will be the to do title, and here we have our pin and just the description to do. P. Okay. Okay, we go out, npm run, npm start. Let's see, everything is okay, we don't have mistakes. Right now we will not show anything. Okay, why? Because our backend is not working. Okay, let's see. Let's go and run server. Okay, let's see. Here is our application. Let's run. Okay, not working. Console, get all tools, get all to-dos, saying that I have a mistake, cd.doc and cd front end. Okay, I am never calling this function. This is never going to work. Get all to-dos, and I have to call it. Error, network error. No access to localhost. Here are my CORS, the one that they are not letting our application to work. cd backend, and let's go to config okay, vim settings. Here are an issue. Our CORS origins. Let's say the Django CORS origin. And let's start. Origin. Here I have one extra. Okay, and here we have it complete the application working. And here is the front end and the back end. First tags we can delete it, and because we are working with actions, we delete it, and that's it. We can add a new one. New app. Hello from Django to React. We save it, and here it is. And they are in different ports, and we can install it in two different servers. But you can even call it like at the beginning of the like a microservice away. You can connect different APIs and work, and it's not a problem. Okay, I hope that this had been useful for you. And the last but not least, always, always, always git add dot var git commit all is ready and app is working properly. Okay, everything git okay, git push user origin main. And if I am not having an well, okay, it's ready. I will also leave you the in this case the repository online if you want to check it. See you next time.